So my first experience with Veronica was, she was actually, the way I first got introduced to them was Veronica had worked with my mom in a previous life about 20 or so years ago. And when I was ready to make the plunge into home ownership, she highly recommended Veronica. I met Veronica and her husband Ed, who I'd not had the privilege of meeting at that time, and everything was very smooth. We looked at some homes in North Dallas and Carrollton and the Addison area, and we settled on a townhome. I guess it was in 2006, so about 14 or 15 years ago. Everything was great. After I bought the home, Ed, through his network of contractors, recommended some people to peel off the popcorn ceiling. That was a thing still back then, so we got rid of that. He helped find painters, helped with all sorts of just things around the house, since I'm not very good with my hands. So Ed and Veronica, through their network of people, were able to help me out with that. I was in that home for the better part of 7 or 8 years. So I had 2 dogs at that house. When I was ready to sell that house about 6 or 7 years ago, we tried to find a house. I'm sure that they were pulling their hair out like I was here. That was when the market was really hot. We probably looked at 15, 20 homes over a course of 5 or 6 months, and with the market being as hot as it was, I settled in an apartment for about 1.5 years. I still kept in contact with Ed and Veronica. We probably looked at another 4 or 5 homes about 1 year later, and we finally found a new home construction through all the hard work that Veronica did. She kept sending me 4 or 5 homes every Monday or Tuesday. I still remember that. I was looking in my email inbox about a month or so ago, just looking at my history, and every Monday or Tuesday, without fail, Veronica would send me 4 or 5 homes with the MLS number, and I would say thumbs up or thumbs down. And that weekend, we'd always go look at 3 or 4 homes, and then we finally found the one up in Castle Hills area, up in Louisville. Brand new home. It was a spec home. They were very great with helping me out with the new home sales rep through Lennar. Ed had nothing but great things to say about Lennar. Good news for Ed this time is he didn't have to do any help with the popcorn ceiling, so this was a brand new home. And 4.5, 5 years later, Ed called me up and said that, you got to hop on this refinance opportunity. We were able to drop my monthly mortgage by about $400. So that's going to come in handy, especially here in 40 days when I get married. So definitely going to be using that money before I even comes in. So everything's been very great over the last 14 or 15 years that I've known Ed and Veronica. They've been true partners and true friends, more importantly. And I can't wait to look forward to continue to work with them as I grow my family and hopefully find a new home here in the next couple of years.